What if the moment that doubles your joy also doubles your exhaustion, your doubts, and your need for help? Becoming parents of twins is often painted as a magical experience, filled with laughter, matching outfits, and unbreakable sibling bonds. But behind the scenes, many parents face sleepless nights, overwhelming routines, and one critical question they never expected to struggle with: should we ask for help, or can we handle this alone? Some families rely on babysitters, others lean on relatives, and some try to do everything themselves. Each path comes with its own challenges, emotions, and consequences. If you've ever wondered what it truly takes to raise twins and whether getting help is worth it, this story will take you through real-life scenarios that might just change how you see parenting forever. Raising twins is not just parenting multiplied by 2. It is a completely different journey that tests patience, resilience, and emotional strength in ways few experiences can. In this video, we will explore the realities behind 3 common paths: raising twins alone, relying on family support, and hiring outside help like a babysitter. Each scenario carries unique advantages and hidden struggles that many parents only discover after they are already overwhelmed. By the end of this journey, you may see your own situation more clearly and make decisions that truly support your well-being and your children's development. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who might need this perspective, because sometimes the right insight can change everything for a growing family. Becoming parents of twins often begins with a moment of shock, followed by an overwhelming wave of excitement, but that initial joy quickly gives way to a reality that few are fully prepared to face. The logistics alone can feel like an endless puzzle, where feeding schedules overlap, sleep becomes fragmented, and even the simplest tasks require double the effort. In the early days, many parents believe they can handle everything on their own, driven by a sense of responsibility and the desire to prove their strength. However, as exhaustion builds and routines become more demanding, cracks begin to appear. The question of whether to seek help is no longer theoretical but deeply personal, shaped by emotions, expectations, and sometimes pride. Some parents choose to raise their twins entirely on their own, believing that independence is the purest form of parenting. They wake up multiple times during the night, learning to feed one baby while soothing the other, constantly adapting to a rhythm that rarely offers rest. Over time, they develop incredible resilience and a deep bond with their children, forged through shared struggle and constant presence. Yet this path is not without cost, as physical exhaustion can lead to emotional burnout, and the absence of support may create feelings of isolation that quietly grow stronger with each passing day. In these moments of solitude, the smallest challenges can feel overwhelming, as there is no immediate backup to step in when things go wrong. A sick day, a sleepless night, or even a moment of emotional fatigue can become a breaking point. Parents who walk this path often discover strengths they never knew they had, but they also face limits that cannot be ignored. The idea of doing everything alone begins to shift from a source of pride to a question of sustainability, forcing them to reconsider what it truly means to be strong for their children. On the other side, some families turn to relatives for support, believing that shared responsibility can lighten the burden. Grandparents, siblings, or close relatives step in, offering help with daily tasks and providing emotional reassurance that parents are not alone in this journey. This arrangement often brings warmth and a sense of community, creating an environment where twins grow surrounded by familiar faces and loving hands. The presence of family can transform overwhelming days into manageable ones, allowing parents to rest and regain their energy. However, relying on family is not always as simple as it seems, as differences in opinions and parenting styles can create tension. What one generation sees as helpful guidance, another may perceive as interference, leading to conflicts that require patience and communication to resolve. Parents must learn to balance gratitude with boundaries, ensuring that support does not come at the cost of their own parenting values. This delicate dynamic can either strengthen relationships or create underlying stress that complicates the experience of raising twins. For some families, hiring a babysitter or professional caregiver becomes the most practical solution, offering structured support and consistent assistance. This choice often provides a sense of relief, as trained professionals bring experience and efficiency to daily routines. Parents can take breaks, focus on work, or simply rest, knowing that their children are in capable hands. The predictability of this arrangement can be incredibly valuable, especially in households where both parents must balance demanding schedules. Yet, this path also introduces its own set of challenges, particularly when it comes to trust and emotional connection. Allowing someone outside the family to care for children requires a level of vulnerability that not all parents are comfortable with. There may be concerns about bonding, consistency, and the feeling of missing out on important moments. Even with the best caregiver, parents may struggle with guilt, questioning whether they are sacrificing too much of their role in exchange for convenience. Each of these scenarios reflects a different philosophy of parenting, shaped by personal beliefs, financial realities, and emotional needs. There is no universal solution that fits every family, as each situation carries its own unique combination of strengths and limitations. What works beautifully for one household may feel completely wrong for another, highlighting the importance of self-awareness and honest reflection. The decision to seek help is not a sign of weakness but a recognition of the complexity involved in raising twins. As time passes, many parents begin to realize that flexibility is key, as circumstances change and new challenges arise. A family that initially chose to manage alone may later decide to accept help, while those who relied heavily on support may gradually take on more responsibilities themselves. This evolving approach allows parents to adapt without feeling locked into a single path, creating a more balanced and sustainable experience over time. One of the most important aspects of this journey is understanding the impact on mental health, as raising twins can be emotionally intense even under the best conditions. The constant demands, combined with limited personal time, can lead to stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. Seeking help, whether from family or professionals, can provide not only practical relief but also emotional stability, giving parents the space they need to recharge and remain present for their children. At the same time, it is essential to recognize that help does not eliminate challenges but redistributes them in different ways. Parents may find themselves navigating new dynamics, managing schedules with caregivers, or addressing differences in approach. These adjustments require communication, patience, and a willingness to let go of complete control, which can be difficult but ultimately rewarding when handled with care. Another critical factor is the relationship between the parents themselves, as raising twins can place significant strain on partnerships. Without support, couples may struggle to find time for each other, leading to disconnect and tension. With the right help, however, they can create moments of rest and reconnection, strengthening their bond and improving their ability to work as a team. Financial considerations also play a major role in this decision, as hiring help can be costly, while relying on family may come with emotional trade-offs. Parents must weigh these factors carefully, considering not only their current situation but also their long-term well-being. Investing in support may feel like a sacrifice in the short term but can lead to greater stability and health in the future. Ultimately, the experience of raising twins is a journey of constant learning where parents discover what works best through trial, error, and adaptation. There is no perfect formula, only a series of choices that shape the environment in which their children grow. The willingness to adjust, seek help when needed, and prioritize well-being can make a significant difference in how this journey unfolds. As children grow, the dynamics shift once again, and the intensity of early challenges begins to ease. Parents may look back on those initial years with a mix of pride, exhaustion, and gratitude, recognizing how each decision contributed to their family's story. Whether they chose to do it alone, rely on family, or hire help, each path leaves its own mark, shaping both the parents and the children in lasting ways. In the end, the question is not whether help is worth it in a universal sense, but whether it aligns with the needs, values, and realities of each family. Understanding this allows parents to move forward with confidence, knowing that their choices are not defined by external expectations but by what truly supports their unique journey. Raising twins is not about choosing the perfect path, but about finding the balance that allows both parents and children to thrive. Whether help comes from within the family, from professionals, or from inner strength. What truly matters is the ability to recognize limits and respond with intention rather than pressure. Every family writes its own story, shaped not by how much they handle alone, but by how wisely they navigate the challenges they face. In the end, asking for help is not a failure, and doing it alone is not a victory. Both are simply choices within a deeply personal journey. The real success lies in creating an environment where love, patience, and well-being can grow together, even in the most demanding moments.